Shut up and sit down.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
Miserable bloody Romans, no sense of humour.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Here's to swimming with bow-legged women.
Are you telling me you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
Woo! Welcome to the Culture of Pop. We are here today to do some, as we like to call it, potluck, potpourri, whatever.
Yep.
We are going to talk about a little bit of everything. I am going to now lead the floor to, we've got Nicole here, Fred's wife, Fred, myself, and we are going to let Fred lead it a little bit because he has seen, and Nicole has seen, Joker.
We saw Joker, and you know what? We're still alive. We didn't get shot. We didn't go fucking crazy and start killing people in the theater. Although, you know what? I had the thought it really would have freaked some people out if I'd gone to see that movie in costume.
You would have gone by yourself. I'm just saying.
I even shaved, so it's gone. I could have done the clown paint and just sat in the theater, just silent, just let everybody sweat. You know.
I saw a meme about it the other day that was kind of funny that said, what did it say? All the regular kids being nice to the loner kid after seeing Joker over the weekend.
Right? See, that's how it can happen, guys.
So
teased me in high school.
So kind of spoiler free. What did you think?
This is the version of the character that's been in my head for 30 years.
Seriously.
Yes. Whenever I joke about, I used to say this thing. I used to say, you know what? I'm one bad day away from going full fucking Joker. And I don't mean the 1966 fun Joker where you just take acid and rob banks. I mean the Killing Joke Joker where horrible things.
Yeah.
Well, this is the version of the character that I was talking about when I would say all that. It really sheds a light on mental illness and its potential dangers.
Mm-hmm.
People want to blame the movies.
Yeah.
They want to blame the movies. They want to blame the video games and the violent TV shows. The fact is, people have been fucking nuts since the dawn of humanity.
Exactly. My whole thing is, like, on stuff like that, if there's something serious that happens like that, like public shootings or, you know, anything like horrible tragedies like that, there's something wrong with somebody to begin with.
Yes.
Yeah, if it's being triggered by something, then there was something there to be triggered.
Yes, exactly.
It's like the whole Dave Chappelle thing with Sticks and Stones. Silencing the comedian is like putting a fucking Band-Aid on a bayonet wound.
Yep.
That's what I said last episode that I was here, right?
Yeah.
I said that. And it's the same here. Trying to eliminate the violent movies, there's always going to be as long as there's movies, there's going to be violence in movies.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of the beast.
To me, I mean, the whole thing, too, I think one of the things that really put people off about this movie, it's too real. It's too visceral for a lot of people.
It is.
They have to they have to confront that side of themselves, and I don't think a lot of people are willing to admit that, you know, they are dark. Everybody's a little fucked up in their own regard, you know.
Well, yes.
And I think that really puts people off. They don't want to think, ooh, you know, I'm like that, or ooh, I know somebody who's like that. I have to be afraid of them now. No, that's not it whatsoever.
Yeah. I think what people get mixed up about is, because my theory has always been, if you do have a mental illness, if you have a problem, that particular video game, that particular movie, that particular whatever may be the straw on the camel's back for you.
Maybe.
And I think that's the problem that the media and stuff has when they start coming out. Oh, he did it because of this. You did it because of this. No. You got to look at his past and his history and everything.
This specific thing, then
if you don't have this,
is just going to do it.
Yeah.
If it's there to begin with, something is going to trigger it. It's like I was saying. It's like with the comedian thing. You can't silence the comedian to solve the problem.
Yeah.
Because the underlying problem still remains.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, and it's the same with violent movies. You can't just eliminate violent movies from the theater and hope that ends violence.
Yeah,
because
it's not going to happen.
Something else is just going to come along and push that person over the edge. What you have to change, and that's what this movie is illustrating, what you need to do is change society.
Mm-hmm.
It was society that caused this in the first place.
Yeah.
It was the dark, depressing nature of the world we live in
Yes.
that pushed this person to the brink.
Yep.
Not the media that person was consuming.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because honestly, spoiler free, there's really nothing wrong in saying this. There was really no media aside from the one character played by Robert De Niro in this movie that he was consuming. He wasn't consuming any media.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was just an awkward fucking guy that he didn't quite understand comedy and how it worked. He would laugh at the wrong moments. It was just
The laughing thing is that
there's an actual disease. I forget what it's
yeah.
called.
yeah,
She
there
looked it up
is.
last night.
Yeah, there is, and I've looked it up too. But I'm just saying, is that the way it's portrayed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. It is very much a disorder. He cannot control this. And
Okay.
bad things happen to him because of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would say it's the core, it's the root of where everything starts.
Yeah,
Really?
I think so. And
Kinda.
there was actually,
There's a lot of contributing
I can
factors.
actually say this myself. I mean, I dealt with, like mental health issues myself. I mean, I've got anxiety, and I mean, it sucks. It really, really does. And seeing that, I mean, I could see part of myself within that character.
Yeah.
Because I grew up, like having those really cringy, awkward moments, and like watching him be pushed over the edge like that. That was like, ugh, kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. Yeah, I get it completely. Trust me.
There's like 1 in a billion people, are going to be the ones that would take this movie too seriously and act it out. For the average person, even somebody who feels this sort of thing, even somebody who's gone through mental health issues or anxiety, or in this with this intensity, even those people are going to watch this movie and find a bit of catharsis that gets it's release.
Yeah.
It's like the inner thoughts coming out on screen. You don't have to act them out. You don't have to be
Yeah.
that person.
I'm wondering if it was the same exact movie, but not the Joker. If it was like a guy who turns into a serial killer, but it was the same movie, if we would have gotten as much media pressure and attention from it as because
no.
movies like that go
Dude,
every day.
2 months ago, 3 from Hell came out.
Yeah.
People are talking bad about Joker because of the violent content and how it sheds a light on, it makes you sympathize with the mentally incapable,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
people with mental illness.
Yeah.
Where the fuck were these assholes when Deadpool came out?
Yeah. Or John Wick that just
Or
came out.
John-
Yeah.
Exactly.
John Wick with the violence, yeah, but to combine the two, I mean,
No,
Deadpool's
yeah.
not exactly stable in the brain.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He's not exactly stable up top.
Yeah.
And that movie was 100 million times more violent
Yeah.
than Joker. Where were all these fuckers when that came out?
Yeah.
Or a couple of months ago, 3 from Hell,
Yeah.
which, by the way, is the third to last movie by the late great Sid Haig.
Yes.
Rest in peace.
He recorded. He filmed 2 more movies after that.
Did he?
Yeah, it's listed on his IMDb, and his wife is in control of his Instagram. She has said before he has actually 2 more movies that he did after 3 from Hell, and I can't remember what they were, but they're coming out soon.
Wow.
Yeah. 15th, by the way, 3 from Hell should be available commercially, and I recommend watching it. I'm going to be watching it myself. Again, though, violence glorified
Yes.
with a family of fucking lunatics
Yep.
that revel in their lunacy.
Yes. Yes.
Where it just wasn't as high profile.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a multi-million-dollar controlled character
Yes.
like what DC/Warner Brothers has with the Joker.
Mm-hmm. And I think they think a lot of the media was under the understanding that it was going to be geared at children also. And it was that never really happened. It was
there
never
are Joker toys out there.
but we're not doing what do you call it, Happy Meals and shit like that at least.
Right. They're not promoting this movie that way.
Yeah, exactly.
There are Joker toys and things that are geared towards kids out there.
Yeah. But I mean, are they really geared toward kids or are they geared towards us?
6 of one, half dozen the other.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. But so you did like it. You said it was one of your top 10 favorite, and you liked it, Nicole.
Oh, I enjoyed it. I love the hell out of it. I'm telling you, if Joaquin Phoenix does not get an Oscar for this, I really could give a shit about awards. But if he doesn't win an award for this, I'm done with movies. That was a brilliant performance on it.
It was good. It was good. And you know what? You don't have to worry about being triggered. You can go to the goddamn theater. You can watch the fucking movie. No one's gonna shoot you.
No, yeah, exactly.
I have one closing thought on, this movie here. One thing that, you should take away from it, no matter what it is you believe or, what walk of life you come from, treat people with respect because you really don't know what somebody's going through.
Yeah.
I see memes about it all the time, but seriously, just be a little bit nicer to people.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what this movie was illustrating, although it took I don't want to go into spoilers, I really don't. However you feel about wanting to go see this movie, at the very least, watch it when it hits Vudu.
Oh, I will. I'll watch it when it hits Vudu. I don't have a problem. Well, I'll probably watch it before, before. I'm going to get it as soon as I can. It's just like I said on the previous podcast, I'm not a fan of going to see those kind of movies in theaters because of the fact that, like I said,
they
it's
feel
very
like an
personalized
intimate experience.
Yeah, like when I come out of the theater, it's like, wow, this is the real world. Wait a minute. I mean, because when I'm in that theater, I'm encompassed. Which brings me to the point of my experience going to see Rambo real quick for Done with Joker.
Yes. And
then we'll let Fred and Nicole talk about their experience. That's one of the reasons I hardly ever go to the movie theaters, is because it seems like nobody has any respect. They think they're in their living room still. And we went and saw Rambo, sat down, and like your story, nobody in the theater, maybe 5-6 people at the most, and it was the huge theater in Finley.
Right.
So maybe
the AMC. I love that place.
I do too. Cool. So maybe 5-6 people were in there, and then right as the movie's starting to begin, the trailers are going on, and they're just about done. And I'm going to try to be respectful. A man walks in with his elderly, I think, father, and he sits right next to us. I mean, right next to us. Now, his elderly father had an oxygen tank, and I'm going to... I want to make everybody understand real quick first. I see a movie theater as a church to me. It's always been that way. That's why
I get that.
That's why I stopped going, is because you were ruining my church. Our people were ruining my church.
Right.
So anyway, this guy sits down. I understand, okay, he's older, whatever, so on and so on. He sits down and he has this oxygen thing going, and it's really loud. And my wife's sitting next to him, and he's the whole time, the entire time. Now,
if you want to go to the theater, that's fine, but be respectful of others.
Exactly.
That's the point of this story, I think.
That didn't bother me that much. No? I didn't have much of a problem with that because I didn't hear it that much. Plus, I was like, okay, he's old. I get it. I understand.
I don't know. I think I would have gone nuts.
But the thing that irritated me was they started talking. Now, I am the biggest wuss in the world. But when you're in a movie theater and I've paid money to see that, which I hardly ever go, you're going to hear from me. I don't care if you're 6'3" or whatever. So they begin to talk. And then so loudly I go, shh, as loud as I possibly could, because that's like, the starter point.
Yes.
And so after that, it stopped. But of course, Melinda kind of hit me. She's like, don't do that. And I'm like, no, I'm not. We paid to see this movie, not hear him talk about it. See. And then, every once in a while there'd be, some noise from the other side. But it seems like even if I wait 3 years to go see a movie, the movie that I walk into that day is going to have somebody sitting next to me talking. It's like I can never go. I can never go without anybody ruining it.
That happened with us too.
Yeah,
there was a line in an episode of Firefly. It was our Mrs. Reynolds when he's considering actually having sex. Malcolm Reynolds is considering actually having sex with this woman, and the shepherd comes to him and says, "There's a special place in hell for people who take advantage of a situation like this.
Exactly.
A place reserved for child molesters and people who talk at the theater."
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I agree totally. But what was your story? I want to hear a little bit.
It was the same damn thing. We went in to see Joker. We sit down. We're the first ones in there. Mm-hmm. We're the first people in the movie theater. We sit down in the dead center right before the fucking bar, where it separates us from the kids section where the kids all sit and stare like straight up.
Yeah.
That.
Which is that's a prime seat.
That is the prime
Yeah.
seat. That's why we chose it. We were the first ones in there. Fuck it, that's our spot.
Yeah, yeah.
The next people in, they sit way behind us in the back row. Way in the fucking back row. That's fine. That's fine. You can have your spot back.
Exactly.
You're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
The next people in, 2 or 3 people come in and they sit way down in the kids section. Odd, considering they're like in their 20s and there's nobody else in this theater, that you want to sit that close to where you're going to strain your neck trying to watch the fucking movie. But whatever, you're far enough away from me. The only other people that came to the theater for the entire fucking movie came in right after that and sat 2 seats away from me, dead center, in the same row.
Yeah.
And they sat and they talked.
I don't understand what it is, why people feel that they have to do that. It doesn't matter if they're old, doesn't matter if they're young. Do they think that they can't be heard by other people if they whisper? I mean, if you're in that close of proximity, people are still going to hear you, you know?
I
Whisper
think
back
it's
and
got
forth, but pick a spot that's away from everybody. There was plenty of room in that theater.
Yeah. I think it's got to a point where people just get really comfortable and they just think they're in their living room and they don't give a shit.
Well, you know what? Use the next time that happens, use the urinal scenario.
Yeah, exactly.
If there's 13 urinals in this bathroom, are you going to pick the one right next to me when we're the only 2 in here?
Exactly. I agree completely.
That's how it feels. That's how it feels like someone's trying to piss right next to me while I'm watching a movie. And I don't want that shit.
I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it, and that's why one of the reasons why I don't go to movie theaters.
Right.
And like I said, I still haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I'm dying to see. But like I said, I just couldn't do 3 hours in the movie theater with all that.
Well, you know what? I did Return of the King's 15 different endings.
Oh my God! No, you did
at a midnight
not.
showing. At a midnight showing when I had to work the next morning. So.
What do you mean 15 different endings?
Well, have you seen the movie? Because it ends like.
I've seen all of them, but I'm not sure. I mean, I can't tell you which one's which.
The movie just keeps trying to end and never does.
Which movie is it?
Return of the King, the last one of the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I've seen them all once.
It just keeps trying to end, but the movie forgets that it's trying to end and just keeps going.
It's almost like the end of Endgame.
Okay.
With that,
yeah.
But there's like 10 more endings added on.
Yeah, but the book was worse because they went on to a whole separate thing after the whole ring story. With like I think the chapter was called "The Scouring of the Shire," and it was like an eighth of the fucking book.
Oh my God!
And it was after the main story.
See, I don't think I could do that.
I didn't stick around for that. I read each one of those Lord of the Rings books as the movies came out, like a month before I'd read the book and then go see the movie. And I couldn't even begin reading Scouring of the Shire because I knew that was a part of the book that just had nothing to do with the movies.
Yeah.
I couldn't find interest.
Oh, man.
It's like sitting through a Stephen King book. I just can't do it.
Yeah, it is hard. I mean, I was going to reread it, and then I noticed that it was like, 3 billion pages, and I was like, I'm good.
Right? You said reread. You said reread. That gives me respect because you got through it in the first fucking place.
Well, I read a lot of those Stephen King books when I was a kid because that was my mom's like big-time author she loved.
Right.
And so I did read a few of them that interested me. But they definitely very long.
It's daunting to even look at. Just it weighs the table down.
Yeah, weighs the table
it makes
down.
The coffee table bow in the middle, just putting it on it.
Oh my God! So yeah, I pity you that you had that experience because that's not an experience that I like to have either. It kind of sucks. Yeah. By the way, just an update. I did see Rambo, like we just discussed.
Right.
It was incredible. It was awesome. It was everything I expected it to be.
I'd love to see it.
Melinda really loved it, which was amazing to me because she's never, really gotten into that kind of stuff. But what was funny was when I read the reviews or saw the reviews, like bring up Chris Stuckman again, but I mean he's the man.
Right.
His review was
yeah,
exactly. His review was very spoiler free, but he kept saying throughout the thing, he said, Rambo keeps saying over and over this specific thing that he's going to do to this guy. And I never really caught on till the very end, but I'm telling you what, barred the fact that it's even Rambo, it was one of the most brutal, incredible, appeasing, endings I've ever seen. It's
sounds to me like,
just for the ending, it's like worth it.
I think there's an energy going on in society right now. I think there's an energy going on within pop culture that's demanding this sort of thing, because what you just described sounds very similar to the ending of Joker.
Okay.
And for those two movies to have come out so close to each other, that just tells you what society's crying for.
Yep.
It's like, to paraphrase Dark Knight, this isn't the Joker movie we needed.
Yeah.
But it's definitely the Joker movie we deserved.
Yeah.
And it sounds like the same thing with this Rambo movie.
And it's just like a lot of these people, like we've seen of course, we talked about the Joker score is just the same as Rambo and Dave Chappelle on Rotten Tomatoes. Very low with critics, very high with audiences.
Yep.
But with the thing with what I wanted to state about the Rambo film was I'm a very political guy. You know that. I mean, I don't talk politics on here, but I'm a political person. And I never thought once about politics in that movie, the way everybody was pushing it, like it's Trumpian fantasy, blah, 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 blah. Never thought.
Same thing with
Joker, yeah. So it's not, it's just them putting the thought in your head. The media has to do that in order to, make other dumb people, I guess, think it.
The way I look at it, the critic scores are the official people trying to direct the current of the river.
Yeah.
And the audience score is the actual river.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Just shows you how effective they are.
Yeah, you're right. The one thing I will say about Rambo that was really cool was the ending. And this is why everybody makes fun of me. My son even makes fun of me that I said I needed closure on Rambo. Well, I kind of got closure on Rambo because this isn't really a spoiler, but the ending of the movie is really cool because after it ends, there's like a whole montage of from First Blood to Rambo 2 to Rambo 3 to.
Yeah, I kind of
it's
imagine
really
this
cool.
would be a definite end for the franchise too. That's the vibe I get from watching the trailers.
It looks really good. It looks really good to the point of it looks like a finale. So it's pretty cool. A couple of other things that I wanted to bring up. I don't know if you guys knew or not in music news. David Lee Roth has said that Van Halen's not getting back together ever again. And then I found out, I woke up this morning and I found out that, and this is just, because I'm a huge Eddie Van Halen fan. Right. He's been going to throat cancer surgery in Germany for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
For the last 5 years.
Wow.
He already had a third of his tongue taken out in like the 2000s.
See, I had no idea.
Yeah. Okay, so
kept that shit secret, hasn't he?
Yeah, and it's like pack after pack after pack he smokes. But he says it's because for the last 20 years he uses a metal guitar pick, and the doctors have told him when he puts it in his mouth, when he does solos and stuff like that, that's what's causing. It was actually mouth cancer, then turned into throat cancer. So even though he smokes pack after pack after pack, he's insisting, and I guess his doctors are insisting that
cigarettes would turn into lung cancer, really.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But they're saying he's saying it's because of this pick that he had. The other thing that I wanted to bring up in music news.
That could very well be.
Yeah. So, I mean, get better, Eddie, whatever.
Hopefully.
Please. And the other one was Phil Collins. Have you seen him lately?
No.
Oh, my God. I was going to have you bring something up, but I don't know where it is exactly.
Phil Collins.
He's walking with a cane now. He's on tour, and it's called his I'm Not Dead Yet tour. But he fell the other night off of his piano stool or whatever.
Oh.
Okay.
And he looks really bad now. He's had to postpone his tour and everything. But I just brought it up because I was completely and utterly amazed. Like I said, I wish I could show you the picture. That, I mean, he's being brought back and forth to concerts in a wheelchair. He walks with a cane on stage. I mean, it's like 30 years hit him real quick. And then I look up his age, and he's only 68. I'm like, holy shit,
Damn.
So I don't. He's another one that I think he's keeping things quiet.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to bother people with it and shit. So
meanwhile, in music news,
yes,
James Hetfield is now
Yes.
in rehab.
Yes, he
this
is.
Shit seems to come in threes,
Yes.
doesn't it?
Yep.
Just like with celebrity deaths, this unfortunate news seems to come in threes. Now, the reason I consider this to be truly unfortunate news isn't because he got back on the sauce. It's because I don't want this to give us another Saint Anger. That's what happened last time.
Yeah, it is.
He got sober last time, and we got fucking Saint Anger.
But here's the thing: they just also announced 2020 festival shows.
Yeah,
they're going to, for the first time in ages, Which kind of, that's the one thing that when we talked about Metallica that kind of irritates me, is that they don't really support the United States anymore. They hardly ever tour in the U.S.
They
anymore.
hardly ever have supported the United States.
And that's kind of shitty.
Master of Puppets again.
Yeah.
And Justice for All,
But I mean, I'm not talking about supporting the United States as like patriotic. I'm just saying it's like they're never here. They hardly ever do shows here anymore.
I see what you're saying.
And
well, they go where the money's at.
That's true too.
It's
and
like movies. If you don't agree with the way movies are being made nowadays, blame China, because that's where we're trying to make money, and they don't have the same sensibilities.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But they announced five festival shows. One of them's going to be in Columbus.
Nice.
It's going to be what used to be Rock on the Range. It's now called Sonic something or
Sonic
whatever.
Temple?
Yeah.
Nice.
They're going to be there, and the other cool thing about it is they're playing 2 nights at each festival.
Nice.
So if you go to the festival, you get to see them like Friday night and Saturday night. So, but it's only 5 dates, but I mean, and then they'll go back to Germany or Austria or wherever they're going
how
next.
many limbs am I going to have to chop off to afford this?
Well, the Sonic Temple tickets should still be the same price, and I think it's like 100 and something or whatever.
Yeah,
but,
they're pretty expensive.
Yeah. But I mean, 3 days for how many
solo.
bands? I'm too old to do a festival. That's my problem.
I
don't think I can do it.
The festival I did was Lollapalooza in '97, and it kicked my ass.
Yeah.
I got stories from that show.
I'm not a big outside person to begin with because I just get hot real fast.
Well, you would have
and that
liked the
heat,
rain
man,
tent.
like, oh god, that would have been cool. Yeah, hell yeah.
Lollapalooza, they had this big, like huge tent with sprinklers in the ceiling.
So you went to Lollapalooza. Who did you see? What year was that?
That was '97. Korn was supposed to be there.
Really?
Yes, but they weren't. It sucked. Everybody in line had Korn T-shirts on, and there was a big fucking sign, huge fucking sign written in crayon up front. That said, Korn will not be performing tonight.
Oh my god!
I think Monkey had
Monkey had meningitis. Yeah.
Meningitis.
Oh really?
Yeah.
One of the jitises.
Yeah, he had meningitis. They had to cancel.
Wow.
But everybody was pissed off. Tool was there. That was when Snoop Dogg was there, which he was the only rap act there. I'm surprised he didn't get lynched. Everybody seemed to dig it though. And then there was, of course, a bunch of local bands off on the second stage, and it was just a huge festival. It was amazing.
And Tool was there?
Tool was there.
And you saw Tool?
No, I didn't.
What?
This hurts
No,
my
I
soul
didn't.
every time I hear this story.
I missed their whole set.
How?
Because as soon as they started playing, I turn around and I say, guys, it's Tool! It's Tool! And I turn around and nobody's there. And I'm like, what the fuck? Now, keep in mind, let me just put it this way. If anybody in a position of authority knew how much LSD I've done in my life, I would be locked behind a padded cell, never to see the light of day again.
That's one thing I don't touch.
So just putting that out there, there was quite a bit of it going on at this festival.
Yeah.
I turn around, they're not there. There's nobody there. Everybody that I've ever known is gone. And my first thought is find them. So I start wandering in circles, just walking in circles around Deerfield, Indianapolis, just in circles around this festival during Tool's whole set.
Oh my god!
Searching, and after a certain point, it was like machine. I was like a Terminator. I had no function but to keep walking. Just keep moving forward. And eventually I was like, fuck it, I'm going to listen to Tool. And I stop, and the last song ends. And I'm like, fuck. I turn around, and there they all are. I said, where the fuck were you guys? Where the fuck were you guys? They said, we've been following you. Where the fuck were you going?
Oh, that's bad. That's bad. I had the privilege of seeing, when I worked at Hot Topic, every year we went to California and we saw a different band every year. It was like a big guessing game. Sunday night was the end party that we would have. We'd arrive on Thursday, go through, classes and stuff like that. And then Sunday night they would have this big costume party. It was a theme every year. And we would have people play. I mean, there's like probably maybe 800 of us. And they would set up a tent outside our hotel, and major acts would play, and it was always a big surprise. Like I saw Manson, I saw Korn, I saw Rob Zombie, it goes on and on. Anyhow,
I'd love to see any of those guys live, actually.
one really cool story that I do have, I saw Alice Cooper there too. Nice. But anyway, one really cool story that I do have, though, is that one year they surprised us on Saturday night, and we went to and I don't know if you remember this because they were only on for maybe 3 years. I think it was called the Scream Awards. and it was a
think I
horror
remember
award
that,
show. Yeah.
Who was it?
And it was on for it was awards for horror movies, for all kinds of horror movies and stuff.
I think I remember this too.
Yeah. And it only went on for 3 or 4 years. I think they just do it through like the internet now. They give them out, but they do it. Yeah. So we were offered
That's
to
where all the
go.
attention is, anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. We were
Nobody watches
offered
their TVs anymore.
we were offered to go to the Scream Awards that night. I didn't really know what it was or what it was about, so we went ahead and went. Well, at the very beginning, we go into this. It was the Palladium, actually, is where it was, where it took place in L.A. Right. And we go into, I think it was the Palladium. We go into the Palladium, and beautiful theater. Never been downtown L.A. really. Beautiful theater.
Me neither. I missed
amazing.
My opportunity.
Yeah.
When I spent all my time in Santa Monica, it was nice, but. Yeah,
Santa Monica's really nice too, though. Yeah, I mean,
I passed some dude who was doing hate poetry. It was fucking hilarious. He spent like a half an hour just spouting out obscenely fucking foul poetry about his ex-wife. It was hilarious. I wish I'd recorded it, but I had a flip phone back then. So.
Oh well,
Anyways,
yeah, it probably wouldn't have looked that good.
Anyways, continue.
But yeah, so we went to these Scream Awards. Get in there; it's a beautiful theater. And I really don't know what's going on. Well, then. Because I'm so, like Nicole was saying, because I have so much anxiety, I didn't take the opportunity that I should have taken. There's many regrets in my life that I have, but this is one of the hugest regrets. They needed people to fill the seats down in the thing because it was being broadcast. Right. It was taped. So they needed people to come down to the bottom because we were all going to be in the balcony because there were so many of us. They needed people to come down to the bottom and fill seats. So I said no, of course, because I was I don't want to sit by myself. You know, so I went up in the balcony or whatever, and this is one of the main things that happened was I look down there and I see our fellow Hot Topic people, and one of them is right behind Quentin Tarantino. Another one of them is right behind Rob Zombie. A couple of them are stuck next to who's the guy from Boondock Saints.
Norman Reedus?
Yeah, Norman Reedus. This is before Walking Dead, so he wasn't huge. I mean, but Norman Reedus, I mean, anybody you can think in horror.
Nationwide riot if his character was killed, you know?
Oh, yeah, I know. But then I got to see Korn play live on stage during a taping. My Chemical Romance live on stage during a taping. I got to see an award show where Ozzy came out, Rob Zombie came out. I can't even remember. I mean, just about anybody you can imagine in horror. John Carpenter was there. I'm talking literally. This is not a bullshit story.
Did Ozzy seem like he knew where he was?
I don't know. I couldn't really tell.
Because that doesn't often happen.
But yeah, if I look up, you can actually look it up on YouTube. You can look up Scream Awards, and I think it comes up because I looked it up. I'm not on it or anything, unfortunately, because they didn't film the balcony. But I can just go back and remember, and it's like, man, I saw all these people. And it was like, it's only as big as maybe the Ohio Theater. So, I mean, it was a small venue, and I got to see, you know, all these people give out awards and shit that were famous horror people and, you know, and actors and musicians. It was awesome. So, but that's my little music story for the day or whatever. But
and we've kind of been doing what you've been doing, too. We've been going through our own little 31 days of horror type thing with Halloween. Using your video.
Oh, I'm glad you said that because you know I want to bring that up.
We almost watched the final chapter on the same day that you.
Really?
That you would have been watching.
Really?
I saw the next day you posted the thing, the picture from it, on Facebook, and I'm like, oh shit. I got too drunk that night.
Yeah.
And I ended up praying to the porcelain god. Right? I wasn't.
This was a bad night.
It was a bad night. But if we had stuck to what we originally planned, we would have been watching that at the same time as you.
Wow.
Another you kicked me off voodoo story.
It doesn't always happen unless there's somebody else because I'm allowed to have 4 on my account. Really? So if there's 4 people watching at the same time, that's only when it happens. So that would mean my son was watching it.
2 people
or
watch the same thing though.
That could be too. You could be right on that. You know? Yeah. But it's funny that you should say that because I want to talk about that 31 days of horror that we're doing. So finally, for the first time ever in my life, I've seen clips from it. But I want to get you guys' take because I know you're horror aficionados. What the fuck is that?
Stink bug.
Oh my God.
That's
gross.
That's Ohio.
Yeah, it is.
That's
it is.
Ohio.
I get them in my house too.
And it's gonna stink.
No, it shouldn't stink.
I just knocked it off the thing. It's not
It may be dead. I don't know.
Alive. It's alive still. Living is how you want those things. It's dead. When
Yeah,
you stink.
yeah, exactly. Right. So Sleepaway Camp. What's the appeal? Is it only the fact that she has a dick?
I think so.
Because I really saw nothing appealing about that movie.
It was just terrible.
It was.
They
It's
used to run
bad.
that. There was a TV show, or a station, a Pluto station, wasn't it? Or no, it was a
Bizarre TV.
Yeah, it was on
It was a
Roku.
Pluto app.
It was
yeah.
a
Oh,
Roku,
yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
Roku station, Bizarre TV.
By the way, we need to promote Pluto TV because you introduced me to that, and it's the most amazing thing. They're adding new channels every day.
They
It's
are,
so
it's
cool.
amazing.
It's so cool. Go ahead.
The only bad thing about Pluto is the ads.
The ads, but they're not as bad as some of the other ads on other streaming servers I've seen. They don't
fair
last
enough.
that long sometimes, but
They're the more tolerable of the
Yeah,
ads, but
yeah.
I have such a distaste for ads that just leaving it on Pluto for a half an hour makes me
yeah,
want to rip my hair
yeah, I
out.
know. Yeah, but
You're fine. You haven't got any hair, but I want to rip mine out. You're fine.
Okay, so Sleepaway Camp. Yeah, is that the
Bizarre
only
TV.
reason?
Bizarre TV. There was I was going to say that's the only place I ever saw that.
Yeah.
That was the first time I ever saw that was on Bizarre TV, and that was a Roku. That was a Roku channel.
Yeah.
The woman who ran that, I think, got cancer. she's. I don't think she's with us anymore.
Really?
Because she made a message. She put a message up on her Facebook page saying, "Look, I'm not doing so good. Channel's going to be on loop for a while."
Oh,
And
wow.
it just played the same little bit, like the same day's program
Yeah.
for months, and then just stopped altogether. But I saw so many amazing Grindhouse pictures from there, and
Really?
old cheesy fucking horror movies like Driller Killer. I saw. On
Oh
there,
my God, I remember that one.
man.
you know.
What was the one that they used to play on there all the time? Like about the deathbed, the bed that eats people?
Oh
or
yeah,
something like
yeah,
that?
that's a famous movie.
Oh my God.
That's a
that was
famous
so
movie.
whack.
Oh my God. That
Yes,
just
that
cracked
movie
me
is horrible. It's it's like famous cult wise.
And people will like just go lay down in the bed, just eats them.
Yeah, exactly.
just-
It was horrible.
It's like
Sit there
stomach
and
acid.
take
You
it
can see
for
like
like a half an hour.
bones and
Yeah.
shit, like just dissolving in it.
Yeah. But when we watched Sleepaway Camp, I was thinking, okay, this has got to be decent. Everybody's raving about it. They say it's one of the best horror movies ever. And the funny thing is the whole time it's like the girl doesn't talk until like midway through the movie, so you already know she's the killer, even if you hadn't seen it or known about it. I mean, this weird bitch is the killer, obviously. She doesn't talk to anybody. She's weird. She's just, I mean, so that ruined it for me. And then, like, at the ending, I already knew what the ending was.
Well, from
but
years and years of people saying, "By the way, bitch got a dick." That's,
Yeah,
years
yeah.
and years of that, and
Yeah.
it's no surprise, but that is pretty much it. That movie
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
it did a Shyamalan before Shyamalan was Shyamalan. You know,
I watched Scream last night. Was the one we watched, and I forgot how much I
noticed
liked that and how bloody that actually
I
was.
haven't seen that in so long.
Right?
Yeah.
We're still
It's been a
trying to
while
decide.
since I've watched it. I'm trying to think of some of the other stuff that we've watched that I found very different from what I was expecting. Or
You know, the one that, speaking of that, the one that we actually watched, Us. I was surprised.
yeah,
by
I
that
loved
one.
Us.
Yeah,
I
that
loved
was-
Us. I kept pushing him to watch it. Yeah, I'm
Right.
glad you guys watched it.
Yep, and
I
I want to see Get
enjoyed
Out
it.
now.
I thought it was really good. Did you get all the connections and everything with the Michael Jackson thing and all that stuff? You
Yes,
get it. Yeah.
I was seeing a lot of that stuff.
Yeah,
like
that-
Thriller T-shirt.
Yep,
and-
yep, and there's like like she based her whole thing on Michael Jackson because they all wear red and they all went. There
I
was,
didn't catch that. No.
yeah,
I might have to watch this again.
it was something that I saw on. It was like one of those, Explain Us or whatever, and I watched it.
yeah.
And then once I watched it, I was like, oh my god, all those connections, they make sense.
Sometimes it does take a different point of view.
Yeah, it all makes sense. But
Just takes a different perspective to catch the things that you don't catch the first time, and I didn't notice that.
did you see the new Child's Play?
Yes.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And what? Yeah, I think we discussed
We
that.
did. We brought that up. That was creepy as fuck.
Okay, yeah, it was, and I'm thinking that was one of the other ones that
'Cause you know why that's creepy? Why that's creepy over the original Child's Play. As much as I love the original Child's Play movie with Brad Dourif as fucking Chucky,
Yeah.
and the whole story of the voodoo being fucking and his soul goes into the reason why the new one resonates, I think, a little bit more and is just a little bit more creepy.
Yeah.
is because it could fucking happen.
Oh yeah. It's very much updated to the point where you can see that
fucking-
happening.
Alexa alone has said some creepy ass shit. And that's not with the Google Assistant or all the other different versions
Yeah,
of that
exactly.
that are out there.
Yeah.
The reason why this Child's Play worked better than the original is because it could fucking happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, there was everything and every reason that something could have happened like that.
Yep.
And with all the electronic, like you said, the electronic connections and smart homes and all that shit, it would be dangerous. and it's
they
believable.
They should have ended that movie
Have
with
you seen the video with
Chucky uploading to the cloud.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Have you seen the video, speaking of like Alexa doing really weird
Yeah.
stuff, have you seen the video with Alexa just like laughing out of nowhere?
I think so. I'm not sure if I have or
so
not.
Trippy.
Yeah, I don't trust any of that. I don't have any Alexas in my home. I mean, I know other things can hear me, like my phone, and my remote can hear me even because I can just say, "Okay, Google, go to my
Last
remote."
night, that reminds me, Fred. Do you remember last night whenever we had Jared over and all of us?
Seeing
It did just
Yep,
that.
it just did that.
No, the thing that's so funny is the fact that my iPhone, we had a guest over the other night.
Yeah.
We were playing games and we had, I forget what it was we were talking about, but Siri picked up on it.
Yep.
And just, started
so
talking. I'm
weird.
like, what is this?
That's so weird when that shit
and the
happens.
fact that it just happened again just now.
Yeah, and it popped up last night because you had just said last night.
Oh my God, what?
That's so weird.
Yeah, I made mention to her one time in a cricket on a Facebook message that I wanted to. No, it was just a text message.
Yeah.
Just a plain text message from my phone to hers that I wanted to go to the Cricket Wireless store and look for a new fucking phone. Now all of a sudden, every app I open, that's the fourth thing down when I scroll.
Yep. Oh yeah.
It's a Cricket app.
That happens to me all. I mean, that's just something that's always gonna happen. I mean, and it's just gonna get worse and worse with all the shit that can hear you talk now.
What was I looking up?
Alexa laughing.
Alexa laughing. Yes, the Alexa laughing.
I'm just gonna type in creepy Alexa.
Creepy Alexa.
There, I didn't finish typing. It's already up top.
Creepy Alexa moments. Yeah, there is some weird shit happening.
Now, let me just make sure that this is going to actually show up on the thing because there it is. There it is. Okay. So, okay. I wasn't sure if
We're
that was
just
actually
testing,
displayed
guys.
on
So
there.
yeah,
because-
no, it is. You're good.
All
We
right.
got it down like a clown. Joker.
You see what I mean? We need volume on this.
This is going to be like 10 minutes, though.
We don't need to watch the whole. I don't want to watch somebody else's fucking YouTube video.
I mean, yeah, we'll support people and shit, but I mean, not when we know what's going on. But
Right. But
yeah, see, they're all compilations, though.
yeah, I know. And I don't want to.
Type Alexa laughing, or you got creepy Alexa. Just do creepy Alexa and then put laughing at the end of it instead of moments.
Yeah.
Well, I know you clicked that because of that, but
There's the first option. So.
Third one down. There you go.
there we go. See if that picks it up. That's what Kimmel or something doing it,
we
talking
can't,
about it.
You know what?
I'd say
I don't want to
that,
use because
All respect and everything, but no, I don't want to.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to get in trouble for playing anything either
Yeah, I
because
don't
I don't know
blame
how
you.
this works. What's that creepy Alexa laugh right there?
We got volume. We got volume.
Oh shit! Sorry, no, we don't. See, we're still learning. Go ahead. Is there volume? Is it a night?
I didn't hit play.
Oh, sorry.
That's the.
My bad.
You know what?
What's going on here?
My phone went off just as I started playing this video.
That's Alexa?
Yeah.
That's Alexa.
That's creepy as shit.
Right?
What?
See?
Is he saying Alexa stop and then it's happening?
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
Oh
so.
my goodness. That's so fucking weird.
You know, they say that if the singularity happens, the singularity is the birth of artificial intelligence
Yeah.
as a consciousness.
Okay.
They call that the singularity. They say once that happens,
Yeah.
we have absolutely no fucking time at all.
Really? Great.
Because it will start learning at a rate that dwarfs any kind of physical life. It will learn at the point where it just
Yeah.
doubles its intelligence every few seconds.
Well,
I
the
have
AI is
one
getting
word.
ridiculous anyway.
Skynet.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Skynet.
And we don't have John Connor's chance in hell of getting through this because it'll just become that much smarter than us that quick.
That was one of the other movies talking about, not Terminator, but it just reminded me of it that I watched, got a new perspective on was They Live.
Oh yeah.
which I've always loved anyway.
Right.
But man, Roddy Piper is so good in that movie.
He used to go around towards the end of his life saying that was a documentary.
That's funny.
And I can see that. I can see the parallels between that. I can see the metaphor.
I watched it now in 2019, and I can most definitely see what we're talking about with all the shit going on. But yeah,
consume, obey.
Exactly. Obey.
Yep.
Keep silent. Keep quiet.
Of course. That's
yeah, I just wanted to bring up that
in.
point that Roddy Piper was. God, he was so good in that.
He was
exceptionally well.
He was, and it killed his career too.
Why?
I don't know. It was a cheesy movie, first of all, and I think it was saying too many important and true things, even if it was in metaphor form.
Yeah.
That they just didn't want him in the spotlight anymore because they didn't want people watching that movie. I mean, look, try to find, not only that one, but try to find a brand new copy of the movie Idiocracy.
Oh.
Try to buy even the DVD costs about as much as a brand new Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Because they don't want people seeing that movie.
That movie is definitely, it's completely aware of what was happening.
Yeah, they don't want people watching. They want you to keep up with the Kardashians. That's what they want.
Yeah. Exactly, because it's working towards that.
Yes.
I mean, the whole
keeps your brain away from paying attention to what's actually going on.
What's the drink called? Is it Bondo or what is it called? Brondo. That's it. Brondo.
It has electrolytes. It's what plants crave.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's going on now. I mean,
plants need water though.
Oh, you mean like from the toilet?
It doesn't necessarily have to be from the toilet.
God, I got to watch that again. That's such a great movie. I was talking to my wife about how it makes so much sense now today. It really does. I mean, it always did.
I've seen it called the only comedy that slowly became a documentary.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I mean, now that we have the president we have, whether you like him or not, it's still a very out there president. So I can imagine, down the road we could have Terry Crews kind of a presidency.
However you feel about him, he should be kept off Twitter. There's actually an entire team of people whose job it is to keep him off of Twitter
I
because
know.
he just obsesses. He obsesses and he comes across like an 8-year-old. An 8-year-old who was denied that last cookie in the cookie jar.
Oh my God, Fred. Oh, but anyway, yeah. So I was trying to think of some of the other ones. Well, cross that off our list by saying "remind me tomorrow." I don't know if that comes up on the screen or not. Sorry if it does, guys. Like I said, we're still learning, so we are still learning. I did not know that
it actually probably comes up in there.
Yeah, it probably does
in that window.
But I didn't know that we could have those on at the same time. That's pretty cool. Yeah. We're just kind of doing what we're doing here, trying to get our video exceptionally well. But go to the internet and pop up Phil Collins for just a minute now that we're on here.
Doing a Google search?
Yeah, just do it in Google. Put Phil Collins injured or Phil Collins injured, I guess.
Don't need to. I just had to type Phil and it
falls. Yeah, see, that's probably the video of it. I mean, you could probably I don't know if you could play that or not. Is there one that's not TMZ?
Yeah.
No, that just says hospitalized after fall. Yeah, hit one of those.
You can bring up an article. I'm fairly certain you can bring up an
article.
You
can.
Because I've seen entire fucking 10-15 minute long YouTube videos
about articles.
It's just somebody reading the article. It's like I'm going to read this article to you for 15 minutes. Click like and subscribe and hit the little bell so you get notifications. That way you can see me read all the articles to you. That way you don't have to read yourself.
That's what passes for journalism these days, is reading the articles. That's exactly.
Don't think for yourself. Let me think for you.
Oh, there's the fall right there.
Oh, damn.
But, yeah, I don't know if you can play that or not. Is there going to be any sound to it? As long as there's no sound. I don't know. Let me turn it down. We'll turn down the
no
TMZ
sound.
thing.
Just,
so, yeah, you can see, I mean, he's already walking with the cane right there.
And I'm going to leave this up right here so that you can tell that it's actually part of the TMZ website. And we are not affiliated with them.
We are not affiliated, but we do give you credit. Yeah, we give you credit for TMZ. But yeah, you can right here. See, he fall. Boom. And he's down for a while. And
that's what the universe serves you when you try to make up words like Susudio.
Go down some and let's see if there's a picture, because the picture of him looked awful. I don't know.
There's 115 comments.
Yeah, great.
You know what I can do, though? I can go right back here, scroll back up, and hit images.
Oh yeah, it'll come up. There it is, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
no.
he's in rough shape. I feel bad for him.
Oh.
And like I said, yeah, he's walking with a cane, and it does not look good. And he's postponing everything. He looks
Poor
a little
guy.
better than I thought he would, except for he's got the black eye and everything. But man, he's obviously pretty fragile. If that kind of fall. And 68 years old, man, that's rough. I mean,
Right. I mean, I'm not that far off.
yeah, exactly. I'm only 18 years away. Jesus.
3.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Anyway. So anyway, besides that,
28, not 38. 28 years away.
you're forgetting.
I forgot. Ask her. I forgot a whole decade of my life. We found a copy of the 90s Trivial Pursuit game for like $2 at Goodwill.
Yeah.
Picked it up. I haven't gotten a single fucking question right since we opened that goddamn box. That's just how stoned I was in the 90s, I think. She keeps asking me,
Well, the
were
90s
you
weren't
even
much
awake
anyway.
in the 90s? It's the questions I get, though. They ask me, I get questions like, what news anchor in 1993 stubbed his toe on his fucking dresser at 2 o'clock in the morning and screamed, fuck?
Yep,
And it's
that's
like,
the
I
same
don't
stuff I
fucking
get.
know. And then she gets, what color is Kermit the Frog? It's like, you
It is
fucking
not
piece
that
of shit.
bad. There's some stuff I haven't got to, so.
I'm trying to look at what else because I wanted to see what other movies that I've seen that I had a. By the way, that 2-sentence horror stories on Netflix is really good. It's pretty creepy,
Is it like
and
an
it's only 20
anthology
minutes
movie?
long. Yeah, it's an anthology series,
Okay.
and each episode's only like 20 minutes long. And it's like 2-sentence horror stories. Basically, they put a sentence up on the screen that you begin with. And then at the very end, you figure out, oh, this is not what it was, and then they give you the second sentence, which kind of leads.
Is it like
to
one of those little
knowing what-
interactive things?
No. I wish it was, but
Okay.
it's no. And like I said, each episode's only like 20 minutes long, and they're pretty creepy. Yeah, they're
Sounds
pretty
a
good.
lot like I said, the anthology, like ABCs of Horror. Those two were pretty
ABC's
good.
Yeah.
of Death, you mean?
What is it?
ABC's of Death?
ABCs of Death. Thank you. Yes. What was the other one I was thinking of?
I don't know.
There was two.
There's ABCs of Death 1 and 2, and
VHS.
there's
VHS, that's the one you're probably thinking
yeah
of.
VHS 2, and VHS 3. Yeah, those
there
are
was a
good.
3? I didn't know there was a
Yeah,
3.
there was a 3 too. And VHS 1 was really good. I haven't seen
like that
VHS 2. They said that's even
Me
better.
neither. Me neither.
They said that's even better. Especially there's an alien story in it, I guess, that's really creepy and good.
Well, like I said, we've been doing our 31 days of horror this month, and we've been taking turns. I'll pick one, she'll pick one.
Yeah.
Joker, I actually considered Joker one of my picks.
Really?
Yes. That was my pick for the night. That was my, because I mean, it is kind of horrific.
So what about
And
They
there's a
Live?
costume involved.
Would you consider They Live a horror movie?
Oh, very much so.
Okay. Because
Very much so. Because I mean, regardless of how fucking true it might be,
yeah,
it's still horrific.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
I will tell you this: 1922 is really weird, but it's really good.
I've been curious.
Thomas Jane's in it, and I didn't even know it was him until probably an hour through the movie. Because he's so good, he plays an older guy or whatever. Well, it's probably about his age, but they're all in 1922. So he talks like what's his name from Sling Blade.
At least he didn't pull
whole
a Kevin
time.
Costner and spend his time wandering around medieval England with an American accent.
Oh my God, you and that Robin Hood! I swear to God,
It bugs me.
I know it really does bug you.
Oh shit! It's 3 o'clock.
Is it? That
It
mean
is
you didn't
3
take your
o'clock.
pills?
Yeah, I don't have them with me.
You
That's
might
if
want
you
to turn
hear
that off, though.
if you hear Interstellar Overdrive coming out of my pocket, that's my pill alarm. I chose it because of the associations with Doctor Strange and that moment when he goes off the cliff and this was playing and he's a doctor. Doctors prescribe pills, so that'll remind me to take
Oh
my
my
pills.
God! Doctor Who reminds you to take
Doctor
your pills,
Strange.
or Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Oh my God! What did you think? I never really got your take on.
It'll
Because
stop
I'm
in a
just
second.
looking. Is this or is it mine?
No, it's mine.
Oh, it's yours. Okay. Hey, we got a little background music though. I think we can take Phil Collins down though, because that
Yeah.
picture is going to be
Turn
kind of
your alarm
depressing to
off.
people.
We're still
Poor
learning.
Phil. I feel so
We are
sorry
still
for him.
Maybe if I can figure out how to do it. Oh wait, yeah, it's just it was C and V takes that off there. Yeah, there we go.
Friday the 13th, 4. So is that one of your favorites? Is that why you guys were going to watch it?
Yeah, that was my pick for that night. But again, I got so drunk that I forgot to watch a movie. I forgot to eat that day.
Oh my God.
She was making dinner when I got that drunk, and I just forgot to eat.
I did. I was about ready to start making some eggs and pork chops, and he's like, "Screw it, I'm going for it." He just started going. I'm like, "Oh my God."
Chug, 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 and then
Chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug.
yep. And before you know it, I'm so fucked up that I forget to eat.
So, Silver Bullet was the other one I was going to bring up. That's the one I was going to bring up where
I loved that when I
I'm
was a kid.
so I hate the fact that Gary Busey had like a crash and he's all fucked up now. Because
Really?
when I rewatched that movie, it's like he's so good in it. He really is. He's Gary Busey, yeah, but he's really good in the movie.
He plays a really good drunk uncle.
Yes, he does.
He does. He embodies that role. It's like he was born for it.
But I mean, then you think again, man. I mean, he's kind of heavy in that one, but then I kept thinking to myself, well, wait a minute. He did Lethal Weapon, like, what, after that, probably?
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, he was in Lethal Weapon,
that's right.
dude.
He was Mr.
And he's
Joshua.
a badass in
He was
Lethal
Mr.
Weapon.
Joshua. He was the one
Yeah.
that just light his hand, the lighter under.
Yeah. He was a
not-
badass. He's the one that Mel Gibson fights at the end on the lawn.
And really good drunk uncle in Point Blank or Point Break.
Point Break.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was in that too.
Really
See,
good.
that was all before he had his accident, though, and he became so. I mean, I don't even know if they can have him on a set now, on a movie set.
Well, the left half of his body wants to do different stuff than the right half is doing, and neither one ever agrees with the other half. You can tell. Even in still pictures, you can tell that's what's happening.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
But yeah, I was really impressed by seeing him.
I think I hit her.
Oh my God.
So anyway,
I'm over here trying to be the nice one, and you're saying all kinds of really messed up shit. It's probably a good thing that I'm not right now. I mean,
Be the voice of reason.
I kind of have to be.
Speaking of Friday the 13th, though, I wanted to.
oh
Actually
yes,
show,
we do want to promote
I
that
was,
because the shows that we're about 5 minutes out. So
yeah, I was talking about this in the audio that was getting recorded before we started, but god damn it, there we go.
there you go.
It's hard to show this thing to the camera.
You gotta figure it out. So that's his new. Is that your latest one? Your latest
Yes.
make?
That is as screen accurate as I can get. A Part 8 mask.
That's pretty sweet.
Perfect for decoration.
Which one's Part 8?
Perfect for costume. Perfect for taking Manhattan.
Is it Manhattan? Okay,
Yes.
I wasn't sure.
I hated that movie. I watched that twice now. I've watched that twice in the last couple of weeks while preparing to make this mask, just to get the mask right.
Yeah.
It's the most god-awful Friday the 13th movie that they ever produced.
Well, he never really does anything until halfway through, or he doesn't make it to. Now that's my. See, God, we
Yeah.
got to learn to turn the
thing
phones
is,
off.
Jason takes Manhattan. 90% of it takes place on the fucking boat getting there.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
explain to me how a boat is going to go from a lake in New Jersey to fucking to Ellis Island.
You're right. I didn't even think about that factor just now.
You know.
But yeah,
And
you're
then he spends
exactly
like
right.
15 minutes in New York, and he doesn't make it there, so he just goes back to Crystal Lake, I guess.
So what about X? Did you like X?
I enjoyed the fuck out of X.
I've never seen X. That's the one I've never
Really?
seen because I've heard so many bad
People-
things about it, but I do want to watch it.
The bad things people are saying are about how fucking cheesy and horrible it is. But
Yeah,
it did
but that's
that
what
on
you
purpose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It makes no apologies for what it is. It's, oh, you like Friday the 13th? Well, here's some Friday the 13th for your Friday the 13th. Enjoy some Friday the 13th. That's what it is.
I definitely need to watch it now. I want to see it. Maybe we'll watch that tonight if I can talk her into it.
It is what it is. It doesn't say I'm sorry.
Was that the last one?
That was the last of
The actual.
of that con.
Yeah.
No.
Was there another one?
Freddy versus Jason.
Well, yeah, that would be
Continued
technically that would be
con-
continued. So that means they made it to that was or X was 10, so 11. They only needed 2 more to get to 13. They should have.
And they did the remake, which I guess technically
I
is
wouldn't
part
count that in
12.
there. No, would you count that really?
My big problem with the remake, the kills. It was more Michael
I
Myers.
never saw it
You never
because
saw
of
the
that
remake?
fact.
Well,
I
if you ever
didn't.
watch the remake, pay attention to that. Compare it to Michael Myers. When Michael Myers kills somebody, he likes to take his time. He's the guy that likes to stand over. And Rob Zombie understood this. That's why his remake worked so well.
I liked his remake.
Michael Myers is the kind of killer that likes to stand over the fucking body and watch the person die.
Yeah.
He wants to see them take their last breath. And then he'll move on.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
sooner than that. Jason, if you're about to get killed by Jason, it's going to be quick.
Yeah.
Hack,
And it's going to be hardcore and it's going to be,
They
something
tried
brutal.
to combine Michael Myers with Jason Voorhees in this, and Jason takes his time with these kills.
Yeah.
And it just it's too mean-spirited.
Which one was that? That
This
was the new
remake.
one? The remake.
Yeah, this was the remake.
Yes, yeah, I didn't see it.
There were moments. It had some good moments, although with Jared Padalecki in there on the cast, I really did just want his brother Dean Winchester to show up and they can take Jason out once and for all. Throw some salt down and, you know.
Well, how would you rank it with the Freddy? Because I've seen the Freddy and I hate the Freddy, the remake.
They deserve to be in their own separate alternate parallel universe that nobody ever visits.
But I mean, is it better? Is it more aligned with Friday the 13th than the Freddy was? Because I thought the Freddy was way more malicious than any of the Nightmare on Elm Streets.
Let me put it this way.
Not Freddy, but whatever it was called.
The Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
Yeah.
And the Friday the 13th remake deserve to exist in their own separate parallel universe.
Okay, but I'm saying
together.
Are they?
To be together.
Is Jason better than that one? Because I didn't like the Nightmare on Elm Street at all.
Well, see, there's where we come into a difference of opinion here, because I actually kind of enjoyed both of them for what they were. For what they were. I'm not saying I liked. I'm not saying if I want to watch a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, I'm ever going to pick that remake.
Yeah.
And it had a lot of things that made me say, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, the whole child molesting thing went a little too far in it.
They were originally going to do that. In the original Nightmare on Elm Street series, they were going to do that. They were going to make him a child molester as well as a child killer, but they figured killing them's enough.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree.
That's all you need, and the glove makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's what the problem was with the remake. If he was just a child molester and not a child killer, where'd the glove come from?
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't make any sense.
Was that just some mean thing that he thought up after they killed him?
And that was we talked about that on a couple of podcasts ago, where I said I was really excited about Jackie Earle Haley playing, the Nightmare on Elm Street guy.
I remember that, yes.
But then when I saw it, I was like, oh, and that's the only reason I watched it was because he was playing Freddy.
It was more tolerable, yes, than the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, because at least the guy they got for it was a pretty imposing Jason.
Okay, good.
Maybe it had atmosphere. It's just they tried to portray Jason Voorhees too much like Michael Myers. He's very unapologetically Jason Voorhees.
Okay.
But the kills were Michael Myers kills.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
No, I know exactly what you mean.
Again, Jason, hack, done. Michael Myers, stab. You're not dead yet? Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Stab.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not. When they try to mix that up.
There's the last breath. Okay, I can move on. That's Michael Myers. He likes to stand there and enjoy it. Jason just wants you dead.
Yeah. What did you think of the Halloween remake? Or not the remake, but the actual Halloween sequel, they said, the Danny McBride one.
I have questions.
And you have questions?
I have questions.
Why do you have questions?
Was that in continuity with the entire original Halloween series?
No, it was just a sequel.
It was just a straight
direct sequel
to the
one.
first one.
Yeah.
So Laurie Strode wasn't even his sister in this movie, because they didn't make mention of that until 2.
Yeah, I kind of like that though. I kind of like that factor where it's not him coming after somebody he knows. It's more just
finishing
Michael Myers. Yeah, exactly.
Killed that person, so you better go do it.
Exactly. Yeah, I kind of liked it. Yeah. I mean, I like I like Halloween 2. Halloween 3 is one of my favorites, even though it's not about Michael Myers.
I love the hell out of that one. Although, I always thought when I was a kid and I first saw Halloween 3, I thought Michael Myers was going to be in it. And I thought he was the guy that burned himself alive in the beginning. I'm like, why the fuck is Michael Myers? Because he seemed like he was going to be the antagonist for the...
Yeah.
But he did set himself on fire, and it's like, well, maybe that's why he wears the mask.
Yeah, the mistake they made was like they said originally, it was supposed to be just a series, just an anthology series of different, always called Halloween, but about different things.
Right, and now she's going to have Silver Shamrock stuck in her head.
I love that song. I love that song. 6 more days till Halloween. Halloween. Yeah, I love that. I love that.
I actually sent Fred the gift that one day while I was at work, because I couldn't get it out of my head. I said, you deserve to have this in your head. I want to hear this gift.
Yeah, it does get in your head.
I have a resistance. I can work past that shit. What she doesn't realize is she was fighting against Christina Aguilera's message in a bottle. If you're on 90s on 9 Top 100 and you've run out of skips for the hour, you're gonna have to listen to it.
Yeah.
And I've listened to that song enough times without any more skips left in the hour that I've actually come to enjoy the fucking song. But it gets stuck in my head, and nothing kicks that out. Nothing knocks that song out.
No,
not even Silver Shamrock.
What about Torn by Natalie Imbruglia?
No, not even that song either. That song will not. It doesn't. This song stays. It just imprints itself on your brain. You got a story. I know you got a story, but you're not telling that story.
I'm not going.
I already know the Natalie Imbruglia story. You told me. Oh yeah, you told
I already
me.
told him the Natalie. The rest of America doesn't need to hear the Natalie
No. I
Imbruglia
wasn't going to
story.
say that, but I do have a song in mind that
Unless
will
you're
get.
going to tag her on Instagram because I follow her.
No.
Then she can hear the story. But
Okay, so wait a minute. Hold on. No, wait a minute.
God damn it.
Are you telling me
The
you
story
follow
has to get
Natalie Imbruglia?
Yes.
Oh my God!
This is the culture of
Just
pop,
because
man.
of that song?
She had. Yes.
Okay. What is she doing now?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
She was cute in the video,
well.
and then she did what everybody does and got older.
Oh boy.
That's what I've learned from her Instagram.
Natalie Imbruglia. I remember I had a crush on what's her name? The girl with the glasses.
Lisa Loeb.
Yep,
Lisa
that's
Loeb.
her. That's her. Yeah. What was the song called?
The other song.
Stay.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
it.
That was
Yep.
the one.
Yep.
Very similar videos. Very similar. I actually kind of like the way where, as her life's being ripped apart, the whole fucking set gets taken down during that video. It was an artistic thing, you know.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It kind of worked as a narrative for the song, although there was that actually was a cover. I don't know if you knew
Really?
that. Yes, that song was a cover of a song that came out maybe a couple of years before that. Same name, and I forget the name of the band.
Oh my goodness. I just found out, thanks to a friend of mine, sorry to interrupt,
You're
but
fine.
thanks
I'm
to a
just-
friend
it's
of
gonna take
mine,
me a second to remember that
Brian
anyways.
Booker, he was posting on Instagram last night, and he was at a concert by NSP, and I had never heard of NSP. Do you know who NSP is?
I mean,
I couldn't tell you.
Ninja Sex Party?
oh, I have heard of that.
They're
band.
fucking amazing, actually. I
actually heard of
really
that.
like them. And they had a group opening up for them called Twerp, TWRP. I think that's how you pronounce it, Twerp.
Actually heard of them. Have I heard
And they're
of two
really
things
good,
you haven't
too.
heard
I
of?
think you have, and that says something considering my vast knowledge of music. Fill me in on this, would you?
When we put on the first video, it was really weird because Melinda goes, "Look it up, see who it is," and so we put the first video on, and when we popped it up, it was a good song, kind of a good song. Melinda didn't really like it, but it's poppy. But then all of a sudden, below that, I see all these different versions of '80s songs. Aha, Africa, a couple of other different ones. And then I listened to him, and this guy's got the most amazing voice. It's amazing. And then I look up his name, and he is on record as having one of the most amazing voices, obviously. And I've never heard of these people. But they're like pop. I think what they're like is they're like the pop version of Tenacious D, because they're funny. Their original songs are all funny songs. Not hilarious. Actually, more Lonely Island. Imagine Lonely Island,
Okay.
but just a little more electronic and disco.
Okay.
Okay. And that's the same way with Twerp. The Twerp guys are the same kind of thing. They're all
Nice.
comedy.
Yeah, I've actually heard the name Alien. What was it? Alien.
Or,
Sex
no,
Party? Or-
Ninja Sex
Ninja-
Party. Yeah,
Ninja
yeah. I guess the NSP for sure is what they call them, because that's what Brian was calling them, and it said, I saw a picture of the stage and it said an NSP. So, but it does. I think it's one guy, and then the other guy wears a ninja suit the whole time. He really does.
Edna Swap. Edna Swap.
Edna Swap, that's it.
Oh yeah,
They did the original version of Torn.
they did.
That was and it's their version is way fucking better.
Really?
Yes.
Are you kidding?
The reason that
What's the name again?
Torn is the song.
No, I know that.
Edna Swap. I'll send it to you.
Edna Swap.
Yes.
Is that a group or a
it's-
person?
Yeah. If we could honestly, we could probably get away with playing it. Nobody's gonna give a fuck because it's not the Natalie Imbruglia version.
Yeah, but when we played, I know it was Aha, but even when we played 10 seconds of that, we got booted right away.
That's fair enough. But that was live streaming though.
Yeah, that's true too. I don't know. I mean, but we can have it ready and play it. I definitely want to hear it though. I mean,
I will send it
So
to you.
send it to me,
It's
yeah.
a way better version of the song. The only reason her version became internationally successful and popular is because she's fucking cute as hell, and it was a very poppy version of the song.
yeah.
The original version was a little heavier.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back because I mean, it's been a while since I've heard it, but I know I was a huge fan of it. It was one of those songs that I definitely would have listened to all the time.
It almost had a little bit of like a Veruca Salt vibe
Yep.
to it.
Kinda,
Yep.
yes.
I forgot all about Veruca Salt.
I've been listening to Lithium a lot on.
That'll do it.
Sirius.
Yep.
It's a good station. I love it.
Love it.
I kind of
Top
liked
one.
Veruca Salt actually a little
I did
bit
too.
when they were
I
out.
really loved Garbage too. Like Fucking
Garbage was always good.
Shirley Manson's voice is just amazing.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. So what was the name of the band again? Plug it real quick so
Edna
I know.
Swap. Edna Swap is the
Edna Swap.
I don't know where the inflections are supposed to go when you pronounce that out loud, but Edna Swap is. I don't know if it's Edna Swap or Edna Swap.
Okay. Well, whatever.
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Whatever works.
Right. Yeah. See. Thank you, Hermione.
Hermione. Yes. All right. Well, I think we're about at our limit. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're just over an hour now.
Yeah. So, we're going to, we were trying to do better each week with the video stuff. We're getting more and more used to it. Fred's being really adapted to it. It's nice.
Yeah,
so.
I actually kind of like controlling all this. It's I feel like the operator. I can just sit back here and do this shit. What we need to do, what I was going to mention, I think that 3 is the magic number with this. I think we need to get your wife on here a couple of times and bounce some things off. Because 2 is fine, but it just seems like 20 minutes of talking time per person works perfectly to fill out an hour. You know?
Yeah, I would agree. So
it kind of works that way, and I think we should have some more voices on here because
I wish I could. There's a couple of people, I won't mention names, that I wish I could get here, but I mean we've talked about them before.
Whoever you are, you have my invitation too, because I mean my perspective is good to look at. Sometimes your perspective is good to look at. Her perspective, but where you get into the
you can bounce it all off. Yeah,
culture of pop. You need all perspectives.
Yes. Yep. You're right.
All the perspectives.
You're right. And I mean, we have a phone line too, so people can call in also.
You can call in.
You don't even have to be. You don't even have to come to the studio, as we call it. But
get a hold of us ahead of time, and
exactly,
and we can set it up and let you know when.
The pulp. What was it? Oh my God! We're all forgetting about phones. I'm horrible. The Culture of Pop 3 at gmail.com. That's how you can get a hold of us, or you can leave a comment on this video, or
we have a Facebook page.
Yeah, Facebook page. Anywhere, we got a lot of stuff.
If your kid's going to do start,
hopefully soon we're going to have Twitter and Instagram
media.
And all that stuff, because I've got accounts already set up for Culture Pop.
I tried keeping up with
dude,
all
you were doing excellent, but I mean, you got a job.
Tough.
I mean, it's different, a little different when you have a full-time job.
It really is.
But anyway, everybody say goodbye. We will see you later, and thank you for coming back to the Culture. Thank you. Oh yes, forgot. $50 once again for Jason Mass. They're really official looking, very worthy of prop material. I love them. They're awesome. So yes, $50. Just get a hold of us.
That one goes on the floor.
Any of the ways that we've said. And everybody have a good week, and we will see you next week.
Have fun.
See ya.